Very good morning to all of you. Dr. Anurag Batra ji, Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe ji, Chairman NAC, as well as Chairman NBA and Chairman NETF, Professor S.R. Niranjana, Vice Chairman, Karnataka Higher Education Council, and all the distinguished speakers and distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a great pleasure to be here today in the Next Gen Education Summit of 2024. Friends, India is there to deliver the next generation education. The numbers are looking good, and also things are better, and it could be much better. So that's where we are all here to assembled here to discuss about that and how do we make this much better. Very happy to be part of this BW Education Next Gen Edu Summit 2024. So where we are seeing a lot of educational leaders, and then I also met a couple of young startup people who are in the education sector, and then entrepreneurs and academic experts to share their views on education and also the teaching and learning. So as we are all assembled here today, let's seize this opportunity to initiate a dialogue and deliberate, on the themes of the summit, which been laid out very categorically. And I feel this summit is very important to explore more in our education system, what is in for, and envision the innovation ideas and solution to the complex challenges we are all facing today in this sector. In this education summit, there are 5 important themes have been laid out. Theme 1 is redefining student success beyond standardized testing. Friends, I think we need to move now from Bloom taxonomy into more of, students should enjoy in the classroom. Okay, saying that is very easy. How do we do that practically is the challenge. So this is where I think we need to deliberate, and how do we make the students more experiential learning and also learn what they would like to learn, the choice-based curriculum for them in a multidisciplinary approach, and also its delivery, how do we deliver them to them? Because the delivery is also important role to play in self-learning. National Education Policy 2020 talks about self-learning, and how many institutions of our higher learning are ready to adopt that immediately. Even though the agencies or the regulators are emphasizing up to 40% of the courses could come from the Swayam Plus, and also, all the skill courses could be part of it, but how many of that we are adopting? That's the question we need to take it. So there is a lot of changes needs to happen at the ground level. So the professors and the committees at the universities, the Senate, and all those people, academic bodies, have to take this into cognizance and bring changes so that students have a lot of flexibility. So by embracing a more holistic approach to assessment is another very, very, very important criteria. Assessment, today we need to move away from this examinations pattern. We have actually created a fear of examination among students. So this, I will tell my own experience at Indian Institute of Science. But it's very easier to say that because at IISc we hardly have class strength of 20 or 25 in a postgraduate setting. Okay, but still what we have practiced something is unique, which we can learn in the topic what we are trying to discuss today. You see, we never fail any of the students. I have not seen in IISc a person failed. Leaving, maybe 1 or 2 people leave for a better opportunity somewhere else and go, but as if there is nothing like called a failure in a specifically taking courses. We actually give them an extension also, maybe possibility beyond the semester, and he can also come and work with us individually with the faculty and improve his grade. So this is a very flexible structure which we have given, and but to that responsibility is also given to the faculty. How many faculty are ready at all our institutions to do that? That's another big question we need to ask. So with this, kind of a setting, we need to move to the next level of moving away from standardized testing to a better evaluation. So one experiment can be done with open book examination. I think we have to also consider that very seriously, an open book examination, because where you're not going to test the memory, ladies and gentlemen. The second is the social and emotional learning. See, there where students are going to learn collaboratively. So again, we are a dichotomy that one is learning through online digitalized environment, where you are constrained to learn sitting alone in front of a machine and learn from there, rather than, now we are also talking about collaborative learning, not a real classroom, but something different than that. So these learnings are very, very important actually, which we need to foster, where the well-being and resilience in the students we need to bring in. So this emotional well-being of a student must be taken as a priority by the institutes for the overall betterment of an individual and the society. In the world which is marked by constant change, unprecedented challenges, and growing pressures. So students are also under a lot of stress. So we need to understand, to create an environment for them, where the learning happens in a very, very friendly way rather than to putting stress. It's a very big challenge, ladies and gentlemen, in this time. So what regulatory agency trying to do in this field, giving any policies have come out. So we need to look at it. Friends, at AICTE, we are very particular about introducing even universal human values to the young people. Okay, there is a good, content on the universal human value, where we're going to talk about understand themselves first, and then what is learning, how do we do this learning collaboratively, and what needs to be done, and also learn to take as it comes rather than getting really worked up. So these are some of the issues we are going to teach at the Universal Human Value course, and we have trained large number of teachers. How do you deliver is also very important. It cannot be a classroom lecture series. So that's where a big change has happened, starting with Sahasrabudhe's time, and now we are continuing in a very big way. What is interesting is a lot of faculty volunteering for doing this job, okay, with selfless, expectations. They are doing this fantastic work. The third theme of this summit is personalized learning. How do we make this happen much more effectively? So, but friends, today we have fantastic platforms like Swayam. Recently, Ministry of Education added, even the private companies can actually put their courses on this called Swayam Plus. Microsoft, Google, and already partnered to this Swayam Plus platform. I encourage all of you to use this more often at your academic, because both UGC and AICTE have clearly said up to 40% of the credits in the undergraduate program, okay, out of 160, okay, out of 40% of the courses can come from self-learning, where students can learn at their pace, but we have to also come with very unique way of assessment here. Why? Because right now, assessment is happening centrally by these agencies of 9 institutions which created this Swayam Plus platform. But now we are also thinking, government has already decided to hand it over to you, the universities. That means you can actually make the assessment at the end of the term. Students will learn through self-learning online platforms using Swayam or Swayam Plus, or even Coursera, whichever you guys assign it, and then come back to the college and write an examination, and a professor of that, he will evaluate at the end of the semester. So this will actually throw a lot of positive changes into the way we evaluate. The fourth theme of this summit, PW Education has put down, integrating technology for effective instruction, balancing the tools and pedagogy. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, that indeed technology has offered incredible opportunities to enhance teaching and learning. And we need to do this and much more effectively, because some of these self-learning tools, what we have talked about, are available. And in most of the cases today, skilling is becoming very important. Skilling, reskilling is going to be the key aspect of it. So in that context, I think if you look at it, we have to change the way we allocate the credits. That is, curriculum has to be designed in a very, very pragmatic way, where there are a lot of self-learning happens. In addition to that, also skill courses have been, given while they are in the college, and then, go next level. So these some of the topics, and where India has done incredibly well. If you take up the digital public infrastructures, what we have created, the world is actually looking at us as an example. Whether it is the vaccinations that we have delivered, and all those vaccination digitally, all of you can download. If you look at it, average of 2.5 vaccines, about 130 crores, more than 300 crores vaccinations have been done, and how easily we could download the certificates whenever we want, even through a WhatsApp kind of a tool. That's mind-boggling to the whole world, actually, not just for us. Okay, such digital public infrastructure, whether it is Ayushman Bharat or even the Ministry of Education, APAR ID. Friends, APAR IDs today is 28.5 crores already registered. It may be the recent, maybe update, maybe more than 30 crores have already been registered on the APAR ID. APAR ID and Academic Bank of Credits. And today we are in a position to deliver the students, a new way of learning. So where they can learn what they are interested in, whatever courses they can accumulate those credits in their Academic Bank of Credits. And then, hopefully in the future, they should be able to get a degree of their own from whichever university they want through this exercise. Because I say this APAR ID, Academic Bank of Credit, and the National Credit Framework is the new QR code for young learners. Because all of our young people learn so much, are very knowledgeable about these QR codes. Because today, you go to any nook and corner of the country, you will be seeing these small QR codes, for everything. For example, we are the largest UPI transaction, country in the world. Almost like 45% of the UPI transaction which happens in the world happens in India. So we are very, very familiar. Young people, at least, forgotten about their wallets. Now they will also forget about their university and start learning in a very open environment. I think the days are not very far off, because a lot of such tools are available to you, whether it is Skill India Digital is again one of the largest digital platform which is coming in. Even at the school level, because we are also talking from K-12 to Diksha, Swayam, and special e-content of visually and hearing impaired students through NIOS called DICE, which is a new system, which you also should look at it. And also, there are many, PM e-Vidyas, DTH channels are also available for learning, which can reach to the nook and corner of the country. And National Digital Education Architecture, NDA, for creating a unifying national digital infrastructure to energize and catalyze the education ecosystem is also been practiced. Last but not the least, cultivating inclusive classrooms, addressing diversity and faculty. I think a lot of our institutions are doing reasonably well, but we have a long way to do. It's very important, because today in a school education, we have almost 25 crore students. But when they come to the class 10, something like 15 crores are left behind. Out of this, only 4.3 crores are coming to higher education. This is the number we need to increase. And that's where AICTE is. If you have seen recent our approval process, we have made it very light, but we are also going to be very tight. We will come back to you to make sure that you have enough faculty. The faculty which are there are also trained, and then you have enough infrastructure for accommodating large number of higher education students. And these numbers are going to be, will be in a big way it's going to increase, because what we are seeing in the last few years, the increase is phenomenal. But this is not enough for a country of 1.3 billion people. We need to increase this higher education number. To be a developed India, we need these higher education numbers to go up very high with a gross enrollment ratio of 50%. Today we are at 28.3%. Okay, 28.3 students out of 100 students are coming to higher education, which is a very small number. We need to touch 50%. So coming from AICTE, I will take 1 or 2 more minutes. Technical education, India has been recognized as an important contributor to the whole world in the area of technical education. And the birth of Indian Institute of Technologies, National Institute of Technologies, and IIITs, which are the premier institutions of our offering undergraduate, postgraduate programs in engineering and technology, are there. But if you look at the numbers, I'll just give you a number. About 15,000 graduate from all 23 IITs in undergraduate program of engineering, and another 20,000 from all the NITs, that is 31,000. So if you look at our all engineering colleges, more than 3,600 engineering colleges actually deliver 1.3 million graduate engineers from India. So that's where you are seeing, engineering graduates are working in every nook and corner of the world. And I see that there is no company without an Indian diaspora with one degree at least from India is not working in any company. So that's the situation we have reached. We are great contribution to the technology and management education, not just for India, to the whole world, because many of our graduates are very successful. And now today, many large tech companies are headed by Indian diaspora. And they are claiming, and American companies are claiming these are all got one degree from abroad. But we can also say the other way. They have actually, the foundation degree is from India for majority of them. So some of these Microsoft CEOs or CTOs, CFOs, not just the top man, are all from Indian, highly educated institutions from India. And the major contribution has come from engineering colleges of our country, because majority of the institutions are in the private institutions. Our private universities, rise of private institutions in recent years, we can very clearly see. There has been a significant growth in the private higher education institutions in India. These institutions, ranging from engineering colleges to business schools, play a very vital role in expanding access to higher education, especially in the underserved regions like in rural part of India. However, there is a need for greater regulation and quality assurance to ensure that these institutions maintain high academic standards. That's very, very concerned. But let me tell you, after teaching across the world, Japan for a couple of years, and our students are best, and still our schools, colleges are also delivering good teaching, learning environment for all the students in India. So, but we ourselves putting them down. So we need to actually put our head high up and say we're doing the best thing. So we should invite all students from abroad. So AICTE has started to help many of these engineering colleges. So we are actually going to go to 5 countries as a facilitation center. Please note that All India Council for Technical Education only will facilitate to bring students from many countries to our institutions. That is one thing we have taken the decision. But these facilitation centers would not just bring students, but it will also increase the faculty mobility, student mobility, joint degree programs, dual degree programs, and also twinning programs are also on the rise. And we have made flexible in our new policies, approval process handbook. We have made it very flexible. I think many of the administrators here can actually highlight those aspects rather than me saying it. They should say how do they feel the new regulations which have been brought out. And now we are giving approvals for 3 years instead of 1 year. Okay, and we have also removed the cap. That means good institutions who have enough faculty, enough infrastructure, can take as many students as they want and deliver a good quality technical and management education to the students and the needy students, because we have 500 million students aspiring to study something. And our gross enrollment has to go from 28 points to 50%. Means large number of influx is going to come. It has not yet come. It's going to come. You need to create now infrastructure, faculty. So I'm very happy to tell you also how we are doing in the research side. We are exceedingly doing well. We are actually third largest papers producing country in the world. We are also in the third patent filing country. 80,000 plus patents have been filed. Okay, we are in the third largest, and also PhDs produced in the science and technology area. Okay, or also we are in the third position in the world. So the numbers are speaking very well, very good. And at this time, we need to do much more delivery of good quality technical and management education, because I strongly believe if you want to become a Vishwa Guru, one chance is there for us immediately in the area of technical and management education in the country. Okay, because we are already there. So taking that to the next level becomes second or first. It's very easier to deliver. That can be done within 5 to 10 years and compared to waiting for a long time. In terms of startups, we have seen, yeah, AICTE's Institute Innovation Councils are there in more than 10,000 colleges today. Okay, and we are also creating 12 innovation center. Many of you know that AICTE's regional offices have been closed down, and we are actually using those physical infrastructure to handhold the young people with their ideas to the technology transfers, and also take them to startups and entrepreneurial activities, and also encourage them to file patents, so that they are aware of the intellectual property rights. And then a lot of awareness has been created. Today morning I actually launched the innovation, design and entrepreneurship, the third phase of boot camps, where we are going to train, mentor, monitor and help them, all the young people. So it is happening at 9 locations from this morning for 5 days. It's not just they will listen to some lectures and go. This is the phase 3 of the idea, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and it is actually very unique, the boot camps, where students not only take their ideas to the next level, they will also learn about design concepts, what are the design philosophies, and how to make the product much more attractive, and also learn about the intellectual property rights, and then startups. So AICTE has also called, we invited more than 100 investors to come and start giving the startup, as a venture funds to our innovators. So we have got confirmation from 68 investors. We have made a commitment. These 68 investors are ready to fund, and AICTE investors meet was recently held. We are now going to go and launch that. We are going to give startup funds, nurture them, want to create more startups. Already we are in the third position in the world with 1,25,000 startups. Out of that, large number of them, 125 plus companies are already the unicorns, touch the 1 billion value. So this is a golden time. This is an excellent time. We are in Amrit Kal, and I feel strongly, if you pursue this matter very much more seriously and bring good quality technical management education, our dream of becoming developed India is no more a dream, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a reality soon. And we have seen huge, infrastructural projects are also coming up. Okay, and whether it is Bharatmala connecting ports and highways, railways, I think there is a fantastic time. This is the golden time. I conclude saying that India's higher education system, including technical and management education, has made a significant progress, but still faces challenges related to quality, access. Very important is access and relevance. So addressing these challenges should be the focus of all of you. We have to create a large number of opportunities, many scholarship for the needy, and that's where we need to create a new. So addressing these challenges requires collaborative efforts of all the stakeholders. Okay, so that's very important, from government, academia and industry, to ensure that India's youths are adequately prepared to meet the demands of 21st century workforce. So last word, AI is already here with us. Artificial intelligence, we should not be scared of that. Instead of, we should embrace that and adopt that in our daily life, and also in all our teaching and learning. so that the students can be much more placed well. Recently, AICTE, with the help of AI, chatbots, and other things, we have created a new career portal, because very important for a youngster who come to a college to see a good job, a good placement also, other than being an entrepreneur, creating jobs for himself, for others, is also we are encouraging, but creating a confidence in them is very important. For that reason, we have created a AICTE career portal with more than 5 lakh companies coming together on the portal to help people to be placed. So we have in a big way again. Please kindly take a look at it, make use of it, because this is not restricted to any just AICTE colleges. Everybody, we are opening it this up, and our internship portal, AICTE internship portal during Sahasrabudhi's time, what we have created has reached a stage now. 75,000 companies are there on the portal, offering more than 50 lakhs internship already offered, and students who graduated from that are also placed. That's the kind of numbers we are talking about. And more than 2 crore students are all still waiting to get their internship. So I encourage the industry representative who are here also to join our effort to create an awareness about both the internship where they're learning, on hands-on learning. And the last but not the least, the AICTE Idea Labs. This year we are going to create 150 where the students can learn through the experiential learning. So already 107 IICT Idea Labs are working in many colleges. And some of you have not seen one of them. Please go and visit AICT, VTU Muddenhalli campus, where we have created a AICT Idea Lab right here, very close to Bangalore. So please go and have a look at it and see whether you can would like to contribute. We would like to create another 150 more this year. We have already sent a call. We are also encouraging the learning in their mother tongue. That's another very major effort. We are creating textbooks and many such initiatives of that AICTE. I would request and urge you to take a look at all of these and make use of it at the institutions to train our young people of future generation, and not just for us, for India, for the